Is Nathan Smith from Fake News Watch, bringing you analysis of the media based on the 3 pillars of fake news: lies, bias, and malice. And boy, today we're going to look at Jussie Smollette. And one of the reasons I started this channel was because of this story. Because the blatant fake news that the news media was pushing was so obvious, and everyone was just taking it on. Even people on the right couldn't seem to see that this was obvious fake news. So let's just take a little trip through CNN's timeline and take a look at the totally non-hysterical coverage. Let's start it off. Empire actor Jussie Smollette was attacked early Tuesday morning in what Chicago police are calling a possible hate crime. Well, let's take a look. Now, Empire actor Jussie Smollette was attacked in the early morning on Tuesday in what Chicago police are calling a possible hate crime. Boy, it sure was that. We're gonna keep going. The only image of Smollette police obtained from security cameras was inside a Subway sandwich shop. A dozen police detectives with the assistance of the FBI are working on the case. We are deeply saddened and outraged to learn that a member of our Empire family was viciously attacked last night. We send our love to Jussie, who is resilient and strong, and we will work with law enforcement to bring these perpetrators to justice. The entire studio network and production stands united in the face of any despicable act of violence and hate, especially against one of our own. I wonder what their thoughts are on despicable acts of violence and hate from one of their own. Fortunately, GLAAD also reached out. So that's important. When you're faking a hate crime, allegedly, it's important for you to get as much help as possible. So let's go back to the timeline. What kind of country do we live in? Hollywood rallies behind Empire actor. This is the best. Oops, there we go. What kind of country do we live in? I mean, really. It takes me a minute to come to social media about this because, Jussie, you're my son. Well, you did a real bad job raising him. You didn't deserve, nor anybody deserves, to have a noose put around your neck. Well, that's interesting. What if you put the noose around your own neck? Does that change things? Danny Strong, actor, executive producer of Empire. I'm deeply horrified and saddened by the racist and homophobic attacks against Jussie Smollette, his kind and profoundly talented soul, whom I respect with all my heart. The terror of racism and homophobia has no place in our society. This is hilarious, and the fact that these people just so easily believe such a blatant lie is amazing. And the reason that they believed it so readily was because it worked perfectly into their worldview. Sending love, healing, and support to Jussie Smollette. We all have a responsibility to rise up against the ignorance and hate out there. If you know who did this, report them to the police. I just hope that everyone has reported who really did this to Shonda Rhimes. I think that's important, to get on Twitter and let her know. I stand with Jussie Smollette. We all do. This is America, unfortunately. That's remarkable. Let's unpack that for a moment, knowing what we know now. I stand with you, Jussie Smollett. We all do. This is America, unfortunately. That's right. It is unfortunate that America will believe this garbage. Oh, let's keep going. This is great. I'm just now learning the news about the senseless hate attack on my #Empire nephew, Jussie Smollett. I'm so angry and hurt about this. This must stop. Spread love, not hate. Prayers up to you, nephew. This is fantastic. Oh, look, Time's Up. Time's Up decided to pipe up. Jussie Smollett has always been a part of the Time's Up family. Our hearts are with him and the Smolletts, and all those who've ever been a target of this kind of despicable hate. Well, how about imaginary MAGA-wearing teenagers? Let's see. Sending love and healing to my brother. Keep living and being you. #hate crimes. Oh, George Takei, the luminary of our time. This is horrific. What kind of country do we live in? Well, it's a country where desperate for attention people fake hate crimes and pin them on the right. Andy Cohen. This is vile. I agree. Thanks, Andy. Let's keep going. Chicago police have photos of people they'd like to talk to in the case involving Empire actor Jussie Smollett. A letter containing a white powder was sent to the Chicago set of Empire days before one of the show's stars, Jussie Smollett, was allegedly attacked. Can you see? There's a conspiracy. It's not just that it was an attack on him. This is a coordinated attack. Ooh. Empire actor Jussie Smollett released his first public statement since his reported attack. Notice we are completely buying the line. And that is startling. How dumb did the reporters at CNN have to be to write these stories? Actor Jussie Smollett was initially hesitant to report an attack he allegedly suffered last week, according to a Chicago police report. Well, if you did such a bad job faking a hate crime, then you would probably hesitate too. Two law enforcement sources with knowledge of the investigation tell CNN that Chicago police believe actor Jussie Smollett paid two men to orchestrate an assault on him that he reported late last month. What? Really? But did you know that there's some analysis that CNN has done? Let's take a look. Just quick. Why our politics can't handle Jussie Smollett. Analysis by Chris Chiliza. When actor Jussie Smollett said he'd been beaten and left with a noose around his neck by two men shouting slurs and pro-Trump messages in Chicago last month, Democratic politicians couldn't issue sweeping condemnations quickly enough. Senator Kamala Harris called it an attempted modern-day lynching. Boy, great call, Kamala. So did New Jersey Senator Cory Booker. On and on it went. Why? Because it seems so ready-made for politicians hoping to make a point about the poisoning of our culture by Trump and his ilk. So, Jussie Smollett faking a hate crime and pinning it on Trump supporters is Trump's fault. Chris, Chris, you want to understand why this channel exists, what fake news is? This is the outcome. A fake story reported on by a fake news media, and at the end, after they're proved to have been lying, what do we come out with? That an anti-Trump guy faking a hate crime is Trump's fault. This is a dangerous lack of accountability that the news media is trying to claim, and that is part of the problem. Let's keep looking at this story because this really shows what CNN is thinking. And so, Democratic 2020 candidates were very quick to believe Smollett's versions of events, and now Republicans, especially those aligned with the Trump White House, are just as quick to seize on the idea this was all an elaborate hoax. Both sides are simply exhibiting confirmation bias. Listen, Chris, confirmation bias is a big problem. But you know what's a bigger problem? Fake news. And a giant stack of fake reporting. Top to bottom. Let's just finish up. Empire actor has been charged with disorderly conduct for allegedly filing a false report claiming 2 men attacked him last month. From what kind of country do we live in to a country where fake news people get thrown in jail. Now, that is about as good an ending to a story as you can ask for. So I want to make sure you guys like and subscribe, and join me next time for more Fake News Watch.